Ford Bronco, first mod that everyone needs to do unless you really want to devalue your Bronco quickly. So I've had this Bronco for less than a week. I only have 400 miles on it, and it has rock chips everywhere. And this is mainly because of these tires. These are the tires the Sasquatch comes with, and they just grab every single piece of gravel they can find, and they throw it at 1,000 miles an hour at the bottom of your Bronco. I have rock chips all over the doors. I have a ton underneath here. It's kind of hard to see in the video, but you can see all these little dents in the paint. And there's also some dirt, but there's dents. Those are all the rock chips. I even have some up on the side of the door. Less than 400 miles, and it's already rock chipped to crap. These tires, I really don't like them for that reason alone. I'm sure they do amazing in the snow, but man, they just grab every little rock possible. I live on a gravel road, so that definitely doesn't help, but even in town, it'll pick up rocks off the road and just throw them. You can see on this one, I even have a stick stuck in it. So anyways, the first mod you absolutely must do is mud flaps. You only really need them on the front. I just grabbed basic ones from O'Reilly's. They're just universal. They look like this. You can kind of cut them to fit how you want. I didn't even cut them. No one really has any good mud flaps out yet. The Ford accessories catalog has a set for $500 and they're super ugly. Have weird chrome crap on them. These were $15, and eventually I'll replace them when some of those rally companies come out with better ones that fit, you know, the contours better. But for now, it looks okay, and it'll save my paint. Really simple. I just put 3 self-tapping sheet metal screws in, 2 into the fabric liner there, and then 1 into the fender flare itself. Buy these quarter turn pieces. There's this section, which is hollow, so you can self-tap into that right there, and it's not gonna go through your fender flare. They don't look too bad. I've only hung the one side so far. They don't look as good as not having flaps, but it's worth having. I'm not a mud flap guy, but I definitely don't like having rock chips all over. It's really not super noticeable. But just driving down the road, you can just hear rocks slamming into this thing, and it's pretty sad that only 400 miles on it, and it already has tons of rock chips all over it. Just sucks. So yeah, that's really all you do. Just grab some universal flaps, fit them up there, throw a few sheet metal screws in, and it'll save your paint until someone comes out with some better looking flaps that don't cost $500. So there you go, first mod, must do. Got both sides on. This is kind of the final product. I mean, it looks better without them, but it looks better without rock chips. So I'll take these over rock chips any day. The other side, the lighting's kind of bad, it's hard to tell. But yeah, it really doesn't, you know, take away from it too much. You can still turn full lock to lock, no issues. From the front, you don't even really notice them at all. You just kind of notice them from the side and the back just a little bit. But if you weren't looking for them, you probably won't even know they were there. From the back, definitely not as noticeable. You don't really need them on the back because it just flings rocks to the cars behind you. But for $15, it's definitely worth it. Just check them out in the sunlight, get a better view of them. You don't even see them from the front, you don't see them from the side. You kind of see them from the back a little. Honestly, they don't look as bad as I thought they would. I just hate mud flaps. But they look good on rally cars and stuff, and it just makes sense. You really don't notice them that much. Yeah, easy $15 quick mod to save your paint. value up and keeps all the mud and crap off your doors too. That's really the only downfall of these, is they should have just continued that flare just a little bit lower. But this works too.